Alright. Leah's gonna look over her shoulder and say, Avandra the Changebringer.
For a religion check on that?
With disadvantage, because all she knows is what's from her father's journal.
No, it's a history check, a religion check about the Chainsbringer. The characters are talking
Yes.
about, like, okay. This, okay, 1d20.
Are they the same roll?
Yes.
From what you could remember of your father's journal, Evandra is one of the gods of the pantheon here in Tal'Dorei. She's widely worshipped, known mostly around ports and like city where they're bordering the ocean and whatnot. Most of them.
So Elsif's gonna nod and still look at Cal and go, do share, Cal, who is your deity?
Kala turns around to face them, like she's facing towards them on the horse. Not every follower of a deity wishes for others to know their deity, and then turns back.
She's got a point there, you know. Sometimes deities don't want to be known. I've heard of, in my studies, there was one who was known as the Great Old One. Although some called him Cthulhu. There are many gods out there.
Rayos gonna scratch his beard and go, sounds like a form of magical herpes.
Adenette's going to giggle. Just ever so slightly.
Question, can Elsif roll a history or let's check on that name?
What, Cthulhu?
Yeah.
No, this is common. This is like common knowledge.
It's common knowledge?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Cthulhu is everywhere.
Rayloff, that's that. Remember?
Even where he's not supposed to be, he's everywhere.
Rayloff, you know who that is? No, I don't. Remember that time you ate that squid? Oh, that one. Well, Rayloff, why don't you share with us some... Rayloff, you've been the Craghammer. Why don't you tell the rest of us what you know about it? Can Rayloff roll a history check to share what he knows about the town or anything? Like anything they should be prepared for?
Yes.
With advantage or no?
No, just straight roll.
Oh, 1d20, not 1s20. And this history?
History, yes.
History is...
Because you're trying to remember.
Let's see. Oh, it's only a +1. I'm going to use a luck point because I have a feeling we're not going to be in battle for a while. I should not use the luck point, damn it.
Yeah,
he had it, but then he forgot it.
Yeah, he had it and then forgot it. It's alright.
Let me check Dad's journal.
You guys are never going to get to Craghammer if you keep talking.
They're in the back of the cart, I thought.
Yes, they are.
Leah's still driving it.
Yeah.
Leah's
Elsif's just gonna pull out her father's journal. Just read out loud to the group. So, does Elsif see anything in her dad's journal that she can share with the group, or no? Like anything that would be useful for them?
It goes to in the father's journal about the many families of Craghammer. There's 5 top ones, the noble families, and the one she remembers the most is the House of Thunderbrand.
Has Kala been to Craghammer before?
That's a good question. Roll a d20. See what happens.
Rayloff is rolling history on the name Thunderbrand.
Mm-hmm.
And it said Alof instead of Rayloff. Anyways, he rolled a 17 on history.
The modifier is history. Gala.
History.
Yeah, you know about Craghammer. I'm gonna put something in your journal though.
Okay. I'm just like, okay, I know about it. What do I know?
I forgot. Elsa's gonna put her father's journal back in the book and put another thing. I forgot I had this. I haven't read it yet. And she has a history of Craghammer book. Where else is gonna face one and go? You daft woman. You had that book the whole time. You haven't read it. I was busy.
I like when he talks to himself, don't you guys? But okay,
it does
so
seem
Finn,
interesting.
yes, Finn, that's my answer on that. Rayloff, what you know is that they're the House Thunderbrand. They are ones of magic inclination. They're kind of a little bit secluded more, but you do know that their family is very prominent and very well respected. And from your last, and I'm going to say this because you got a high enough score to do so. You also know that from the last time you knew them or came to them, that they were going to have a son at the same time as your family having Elsif.
Elsif? Okay. Rayos gonna mention this to the group, and he's also gonna turn to Leah and go, "Well, they're in the magic. Maybe you might be able to. They might have something you can use. I just don't. I forgot if they're actually one of the groups that is actually okay with elves. I forgot. I know most of them they don't like elves, but yeah.
Leah's gonna kind of turn back and go, what exactly are we looking for in Craghammer? I know you two wanted to go because you feel something pulling you towards it, but do you know what you're seeking?
Jedi, do we know what we're seeking?
You
What did I roll for this?
both roll history.
I'll do Elsa first because I know Rayos modifier. Dang it, hold on a sec.
Elsif, roll with advantage.
Hold on a second. My keyboard's doing a weird thing. Oh, see, it's doing a weird thing. The typing is weird. I was like, roll.
Yes, Finn, what was your question?
For what you put in my journal, Kala's gonna like keep an eye out for things.
Yeah, go ahead and keep an eye out for things.
If I use one of Elsa's luck points, I reroll both rolls.
No, only once.
Okay. But since Vance, okay, I'm just gonna use one for her luck points because she hasn't used any of hers. This for Elsa if I'm doing it, because Rayloff only has one left. That's better. Okay, now Rayloff.
Okay.
And Rayloff doesn't get advantage, right?
No. Okay, so Rayloff, you're not really sure, but there's like something still telling you to go there and, converse with people who your father talked to. It's more of a homesickness for you as Rayloff. As for Elsif, she pulls over to part of the book where a page has been torn out.
Wait, didn't I buy it? Wait, the journal or the
journal,
book?
your father's
Okay.
journal.
Elsa's gonna just show the book and go, "There's something about this that bothers me. Even when Rayloff cast mending on it, it did not restore the page. And this section of my father's journal was about Craghammer, so there's something I want to see about it. Just call it a hunch."
Alright.
And if Jed, you stop me if I'm wrong about this, but if you recall, when we first met Fox they mentioned how they struck something from all records of knowledge of it. I'm wondering if it has something to do with this.
Struck all records of what? Please
remember when we were talking? They said there's a name that I remember that from one system when Rayoff actually prepared the book. Elsif, Elsa was mentioning something about a name in there, and Vox and I think it was Vax said that they made a wish or something to stricken the name in or something knowledge of something from records. Wasn't that what it was? And wasn't that actually Vecna or whatever? Or no?
I'm not sure. I don't remember that.
It was
format.
during the beach episode we had, like episode 1 or 2.
Mm.
I remember like Fox Hunter. They said that.
Oh,
Yeah. I think it's.
oh,
I mean,
Yeah, that would
I'm
have
going
been
back
part
to.
that got lost
Yeah.
yeah.
because we only had where they just met them.
Yeah. No, that was actually the second episode. But I was going to say, like, I remember we also mentioned the porn page, and that's when Vax said they made a wish to get something stricken from the records. I think, if I recall, isn't that something related to this?
The page, yes, but
Okay.
it's not so much as it was stricken as it was just yanked.
That's what I mean. I'm not saying stricken from the records. I mean, like, magically stricken from the records. Like, basically, knowledge was lost. What I meant. Like, basically, knowledge was removed from everyone. That's what I meant.
Knowledge was removed from the continent that you guys
That's
came.
what I mean. That's what I mean.
All right, that stuff was, but no, this
Yeah.
page is totally separate from that.
Yeah, because remember, right off cast mending, that page did not return.
And there's a
Then
picture of Kala on a horse.
Only much tinier, but that's yeah.
Yeah, with that natural 20, you were able to do that. Alrighty, so
Also, and else is going to turn Ray off. I know you visited. They don't know me, but you're going to want me to do some talk. You're going to have to listen to me when I tell you what to say and what not to say. Okay? And she's just like looking at him like basically like one of those like a kindergarten teacher looking at like a troubled student that like she's trying to say like, okay, now be a good boy. She's like that kind of look she's giving him. But I was okay when I was there. From what I remember of father telling me, you were drunk off your ass the whole time. Oi, when am I not drunk off my ass?
Right now.
Good point. He's gonna pull out his water skin he bought at the shop while he went shopping and just drink it because he's already got ale in there. Okay, it's over. Elsa's just gonna go. How do you? I don't even. Elsa's go. Always be prepared. One of these days, liquor's gonna be a death to you. Mira's gonna just chug it, drink some, and then wipe his mouth with his hand and go, nope, it was actually an airship.
Alright, so is that the first day of traveling done?
yep.
Alright.
So how far are we to Craghammer?
Another day and a half out.
Ooh, this is a good spell.
Because remember, it takes 2 weeks to go from Whitestone to Iman, and that's further.
Hmm.
So you guys, when the day is out, arrive in a city called Westerun.
Do you have the map up for that? Or
I
not?
don't. So we're gonna just gloss over it. It's a lovely little city, and an inn. It looks like it's been recovering from a bit of a still is from what they say is a dragon attack. You get pointed in the right direction to an inn, and put up the horses there for the night. Stay there at night, and then get pointed in the correct direction of Craghammer the next morning. And
Oh yeah, that's right. Because it's rested right off, gets his spell slot back, and they both get their lucky points back.
yep,
Yay!
anything you
I'm
guys
glad I
lost,
see-
you get back.
What was that?
Anything you guys lost, and that was spell wise or otherwise,
Yay!
just not physical items. I'm sorry.
So I'm trying to see. I'm just looking at any last minute spells Rail's preparing.
I just love that Jedi assumes that Leah knows where Crackhammer is. I'm gonna guess that Leah looked at a map before they left, so she knows where she's going.
Remember,
Because she's
Elsa
never actually been on Tal'Dorei.
Leah. Elsa has a map of Tal'Dorei. Remember? She bought it in Iman. Or not in Iman. She bought it was Iman. Not Iman. What was it?
Vasselheim.
Vasselheim. She bought it in Vasselheim. Remember during the sale?
Leah doesn't necessarily know
Leland
that.
should have gave them his copy because this was much more detailed and colorful.
Right
Yes.
here on this one. You guys were technically at a tavern. And we're going to need one pretty soon here. You guys make your way into what's known as the Cliff Keep Mountains. And they're coming up in a little bit of a valley that comes to a head where all the mountain ranges all come together, and the Umber Hills.
Does Rayloff know anything about the name Umber Hills, or is there anything else this book? Or else okay. I'm still looking.
Roll a history check if it's Elsif with the book. Add your proficiency modifier.
Wait, so history plus proficiency?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, one sec.
Wait, do you have a proficiency in history?
Yes, she does.
Then never mind. You
Elsif.
guys are on.
I was gonna have both of them roll history. Elsif and then
Kella might know this place.
Actually, yes, you do. What between Westerun and another city ahead of you that you're not in that direction, known as Kaimel, your senses start tingling, hun. As this place is one of the worst places you could ever go to in Tal'Dorei. Not Craghammer per se, but Kaimel.
Far from there?
You're not far from there, but you are skipping it by about a few miles. You're on what they call the Silver Cut Roadway.
Yeah, Kella's probably like gonna
Is she on
just
full
she's
alert?
gonna be on guard and on full alert. Yeah,
Does,
she's just gonna be like,
does Leah notice how alert she is?
Perception check. Bunch of these big cows that kind of look like balloons. They are called plains cows. You're told to leave them alone because they are part of the food chain here.
Wait.
Okay, let's see here. For Elsif and Rayloff, are those
Yeah.
history checks?
yeah.
It's not for Elsif. You can't really find anything about that. You just know that the area is known as the Cliff Keep mountain range itself.
Yeah.
It's called the Cliff Keep Mountain Range, and that's where Craghammer is. And it borders along a bunch of different ones that she can't really seem to find. As for Rayloff, about the same thing.
Okay.
You just don't remember names very well. Syl, yes, you do notice Kala, and you also notice that she's looking around and holding her pockets close to her.
What is about Kala?
Kella's just like looking everywhere and hears her name, and she's like, "What?"
You are hyper vigilant, Kala. What is wrong?
Let's just say this isn't the best area.
I need everybody to roll perception.
Perception? Okay, give me a sec. Let's see.
Yeah.
And does this count passive? Oh no, it's just passive perception too, or no?
No, does not count passive perception.
We're along mountains, like in a forest, right?
You're technically on the plains right now,
Okay, never mind then.
which is why I said you could see plains cows. There are forests off in the distance in where you're heading, but right now you're in the plains.
I wouldn't get advantage on that, would I?
if it's what you're looking for, advantage. Are you looking specifically for that one thing we were talking about earlier? About your background?
Probably, yeah, she would.
Asnet's gonna go. Or no, sorry. Elsa's gonna go. Kella, what should we be worried about in this area?
Okay.
Yeah, very worried about the things from background.
Then I
Kella?
would say yes, advantage.
So she gotta.
You don't really sense their presence around very far. But you do feel like you're being watched by somebody.
Elsa's gonna go. Kella, can you tell us what's going on? If I might have something that could help if you tell us what's going on. I don't like how this is going. What you're just being quiet about this.
Cal is gonna be like, the main thing I'm worried about is not here, but everyone needs to watch their backs because someone is watching it for us.
If that's the case, then hold on a sec. And Elsa's gonna cast Pass Without a Trace on us.
Alright, everybody roll stealth and add 10.
At a +10.
Stealth. Okay.
To the roll.
Okay.
Yeah,
Stealth is.
I think that's what it is. Is that what Pass Without a Trace
It's
does?
for the duration, each creature you choose within 30 feet of you, including you, has a +10 bonus to dexterity checks and can't be tracked except by magical means. A creature that receives this bonus leaves behind no tracks or other paths of its trace. So I'm casting it on all of us plus the horses. So let's see. That is.
Let me see real quick.
It says a veil of shadows and silence radiates you, masking your companions from detection. For duration, each creature you choose within 30 feet of you, including you, has a +10 bonus to dexterity stealth checks and can't be tracked except by magical means. A creature that receives this bonus leaves behind no tracks or other trace of its passage.
This one's for isn't it?
Okay, so
So we add 10 to the roll, correct?
Yes.
Let's see,
Plus your stealth, whatever for stealth modifier. Alright.
So let me see what Ray lost. Once I gotta check Ray lost stats for a second. I still got 2 characters.
Horse and carriage. Oh, the. Nobody can find that horse and carriage now. They rolled a natural 20. They blend in with the grass. The grass is kind of like waist high, so it's understandable that you would be on edge.
Dex is. Let's your Dex. Okay, so that.
Waist high for most people?
For most people.
So
Not
for Leah,
you,
basically.
Kala.
Don't be above my head!
It's above your head, but however, you're riding a horse. So.
Yeah.
Don't we have a second horse with us?
No, we left the me and them used that horse to get to and from the Abbey.
Oh, okay.
So we're just in the cart horse right now. Well, Elsa from Rayloff are definitely hidden.
Okay, so anybody above a 15 passes. You all pass.
I've gotten the 2. So I barely made it. Okay.
So I just realized it doesn't protect from non-creatures, so whoever is watching is seeing this ghost carriage just pushing itself.
I rolled for both horse and carriage, so yeah.
Okay.
Does Kala know Goblin at all?
No.
No.
One sec. Let me. Give me a sec. What language is Goblin?
Goblin is
Goblin.
Goblin.
Nope. Rayloff only knows Common, Dwarfish, Primordial, Gnomish, and Draconic. And Elsif only knows
Does anybody know
Common, Dwarf, and Elven.
Goblin?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. Well, you guys.
Gob, 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 gob.
Kala, roll again with perception with advantage.
Okay. Alright.
Okay. You hear a small muttering, but it's in common rather than goblin, and it's very broken common, saying, "Where'd they go? Where'd they go?" As you guys just narrowly avoid a group of goblins. I love Xanathars, don't you? See, I can just pop that down anytime I want and say, "Oh, this is the level they're at. Oh, I can drop these on them." All right. You guys just narrowly avoid that and start heading towards the forested areas that are around the Cliff Cape Mountains, which are, as you're looking at them, because you start turning north as you're now going away from Kymel. You guys, this is about half a day. It's a half a day's on the Silvercut roadway heading towards Kymel, but you guys are not heading towards Kymel. You are now heading towards the north.
So would that count as a short rest?
No, you are not stopping.
No, I mean while we're in. Okay, never mind.
You guys, when you get up to a certain point in the forest, you find that there is a small town that is mainly a town where people like to trade with the dwarves up in the mountains because it's at the base of the mountain. And you find that this is where most people their horses because now you have to climb. And that's from where you are is going to take you the rest of the day to climb the mountain.
Does Rayloff remember how far of a climb it is?
You are advised to not climb during the night.
Okay. No, I mean, does he know how long time it would take us?
About half a day.
Ow. And what time is it right now in the day?
It's now starting to become more sunset.
Okay.
So you guys are advised to rest up and wait till morning.
Yeah. So does Rayloff advise everyone that?
You're being advised by the innkeeper who you are stopped at right now.
At least that means Elsif gets her spell back.
Okay, so Leah's gonna take her long rest, which is 4 hours, and then while everybody else is still resting, she's gonna attune to the compass.
Okay.
Before Elsif goes to bed, she's gonna spend about 2 hours reading more history of Craghammer.
History of Craghammer, other than the five families there, you know that they elect a leader called a shoot. I had that on my phone here just now, and it decided to turn black. It's called the Iron Keeper.
Oh, that's perfect, because I was about to ask, I was going to say she wanted to see what kind of, order, how they do the, law and, the order and, the government and the Craghammer and everything. That's trying to check. That's perfect. Does it say anything about the Iron Keeper or no?
Give me a second here.
Okay.
Craghammer, yeah, it is Iron Keeper.
Okay.
The family Greyspine has been Iron Keeper for many generations. No non-dwarf has served as a delegate for the houses, let alone the Iron Keeper. Crime is never usually an issue in Craghammer, although anything that it is, it's usually within the dwarves themselves, not from outside influence.
The last thing she wants to check real fast by skimming through pages, is there any of the different houses in Craghammer, are any of them at least remotely friendly towards elves? Or are they all like pretty much racist towards elves?
They're all pretty racist towards elves. Half elves, surprisingly, like to reside in Craghammer because of their mixed heritage and their hatred towards either side, either human or elves, because both have humans are more accepting of half elves, but elves are not. Elves are in this area are just as racist as the dwarves.
So there's nothing. There's not like saying like how. There's nothing in the book saying like how they treat elves if they see them.
They're not too kind to elves in this area.
I think
They're
he
kind to
means
one.
that they won't attack them on sight, right?
I'm saying like they won't attack them or like won't like.
They won't attack them on sight as long as you have something to trade.
Or I'm saying like or like if we're at the bar they won't like walk up to them like pour beer on their head or something.
No, they won't.
Okay.
But you are advised. The elves are advised to keep a low profile while going there.
Okay. I'm guessing before. And by the way, like I said, Elsa spent 2 hours before she goes to sleep, so I'm guessing she relays some of this to Leah and Azanet.
Elsa also learns that there's a group of military class elite warriors called Carvers that act as guards and soldiers and jailers. So if anything goes wrong, you gotta go through them.
So yeah, Elsa's gonna relay this to Azanet and Azanet and Leah before they start meditating for the night. And she's gonna go to sleep after she's relayed that.
Just one last thing here.
Okay.
There is a group of gnomes that head a thing called the Crack Shackle headquarters, and they're mostly tinkers. And they are welcome.
It reminds me, Elsa forgot to ask Percy about the holy hand grenade.
Yeah, it's all right. You'll have time to do that.
Oh, I guess you should have also checked, but it's too late now. But probably check in the morning at breakfast, like if there's anything like where she can get holy water in town, like any church or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Elsa's going to sleep. Raylof's just snoring in his room. As there is, Raylof's the only guy left in the group right now because Milan's back at the shop.
Actually, don't discount the holy hand grenade too much for Elsif. You'll see why. And you go to bed, and someone attunes after 4 hours of sleep, and Azeneth is going to awaken after also that 4 hours of sleep, and just, see what she can do about praying. To see if, because right now she doesn't feel anything. She's trying to cast her regular. The Prestidigitation is a wizard spell, so it uses her intelligence on that. But the other ones that require her wisdom, like Sacred Flame, it's not coming out for her. Not very strong, and she seems a little bummed about it.
I think Kala is awake at this point, so she's just gonna like look over to Azeneth and be like, hold on, let me just put it in my journal. Because my brain is like, no, right now.
Meanwhile, in Raylof's room, he's just munching on some of the bacon he took from the castle.
2-day-old bacon.
Well, it's basically jerky now.
It's called bacon jerky, and it's pretty damn good. Especially the maple jerky.
2 days old.
That stuff's good.
By the way, I think he basically emptied the whole tray, so he's got probably I'd say about a week's worth in there.
I don't think they put a week's worth of bacon out.
A week's worth for a single person, I mean. Remember, this was a castle fit for a big banquet for us. He took
but there weren't that many people eating breakfast.
Touche. Yeah. I thought he would have taken like the bacon.
You weren't in the banquet hall either. You guys were in the regular dining room.
Okay, then he probably took about 2 or 3 days worth of a single person's bacon.
Anyway, what? It was in the journal chat, you said?
Yeah, I'm still typing in real quick.
Alright.
She may not have charisma, but she has wisdom.
I changed it.
Roll a what kind of that? See, how would you actually?
Oh, question.
Uh-huh.
When we were going through the fields, did Rayloff get a glimpse of one of those cow things?
The plains cow?
Yeah.
Yes.
And about how big are they?
Big.
Like, are they a large creature or a medium?
They're a large creature.
Okay, that's checking.
Turn.
Okay, so I'm kind of torn here.
About.
Tom.
Kala,
Uh-huh.
take an inspiration die. D6.
Oh,
As you
okay.
made her happy.
Yay.
Wait, what happened?
She earned an inspiration die.
What'd
for
you do?
Being very helpful.
Oh.
I talked to Azanath.
I'm guessing there was
Azanath.
2 rooms, one for girls and one for Rayloff, because, like, yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Or Rayloff, the girls got a big room, the Rayloff just got a single room.
Yeah, I could say that. Of course, I was willing to have you bunk with your sister, not like in the same bed. Two beds.
Not even Elsif can handle his snoring.
Okay, then you're getting your own room, Rayloff. I'm sorry.
Or I'm guessing because the size of the ratio of the girls and guys, girls got a shared room. Rayloff probably got like a public bunk group with a bunch of other male dwarfs or something.
Like
a YMCA kind of room. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Cal and Elsa probably got the beds because Leah and Azenith don't need to lay down.
Yeah. I'm just wondering. I'm just picturing Cal just sleeping on a pillow, like her whole body fitting on the pillow.
She's quite that small.
She's 3'2".
Oh, I thought she was like only less than 2 feet.
No, that's a halfling.
Oh, I thought gnomes were shorter than halflings.
No,
Oh.
they're just a bit taller than halflings.
And
So
a
what are
bit
the
shorter
ones
than a dwarf.
What's the one that's about 2 feet? That's a gnome or a halfling?
I'm wanting to say, let me check.
I always thought gnomes. When I think of gnomes, I think of lawn gnomes, like that size.
Yeah, that's
no.
Okay.
Yeah,
Anyways.
gnomes are between 3 and 4 feet tall and average about 40 pounds.
Dwarves are between 3 and 5 feet tall and average about 100 pounds.
Yeah, halflings are about
Halflings are
3 feet tall and weigh about 40.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're actually roughly the same size.
Yeah, it's just they're
Wait, so that means Lady Kima was shorter than Scanlan in the first season of Critical Role.
Scanlan was a little shorter than she was.
Okay.
Man.
Okay, anyways, you ready?
Or
I need a bio break. Sorry. Again. I'm full of no.
That's why I told you stop eating Burger King.
I love Burger King though.